Take a deep breath, gals. It's snippet time. Hello, gals, and welcome to Sanctuary Saturday, a segment of the Sobriety Snippets for ambitious women over 40. I'm Becca Jacobson, and I have a snippet for you. I have a lovely story. It's story time again. We're having fun with stories lately. But before I tell you the story, have you heard of Kintsugi? It's a Japanese word pronounced Kintsugi, and it means golden joinery. Golden joinery. This is the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. Isn't that beautiful? Repairing broken pottery with gold. So here's our story around the art of kintsugi. There was once a woman who owned a clay pot she loved. She carried it with her everywhere, through celebrations, through lonely nights, through the hard and happy seasons of her life. But over the years, the pot began to crack. She dropped it many times, sometimes on purpose, sometimes by accident. Eventually, it shattered. Looking at the pieces, she wept. I've ruined it. I knew my anger would get the best of me. I've wasted it. There's no way back. For a long time, she left the fragments sitting in the corner on the floor, stepping around them, ashamed to even look at them. One day, she met an old craftswoman who saw the broken pot. Instead of tossing it aside, the craftswoman knelt down and began carefully picking up the shards. She mixed a golden lacquer and showed the woman how to join the pieces together. Not to hide the cracks, but to highlight them. When the pot was finished, it gleamed with rivers of gold running through its fractures. It was no longer the same pot, but it was something even more beautiful, stronger, more valuable, and uniquely marked by its story. The woman realized then her years of brokenness were not wasted. They were part of her shape. And now, in choosing to heal, she could carry her story with dignity instead of shame. Gals, sobriety doesn't erase the cracks of our past, but with compassion and courage, those cracks can become the very lines of strength and beauty that make us whole. I'm a perfect example of this. My story is one of quite a lot of trauma, right? For those of you who are new, I was a prostitute for 13 years, from 18 years old until I was 32. There's a lot of violence, drugs, alcohol in those years, and then the years that follow. Life, right? Life. One of the reasons I believe that I drank for so long into my early 50s was an inability to deal with the past. In fact, I know this to be true. I even knew it at the time. I didn't like myself because I didn't like the actions I had taken in my past, carrying around shame, regret, and all of those, right? I didn't know that I could heal and that I could use my suffering and my struggles and the trauma and the abuse, self-abuse and abuse from others that I had been through. I didn't know that I could use it. I actually didn't think I could even survive it for most of those years. I've been sober for 7, and in the last 4 years, I've discovered that not only can I heal, but I can use my experiences to help others. And that's the lines of strength and beauty that runs through my life. Yeah, there's a lot of cracks. Yeah, there's a lot of, right? But I'm now taking what seemed to have been broken, my life, my psyche, my emotions, my self-love. It all seemed so broken. And I've taken it, and instead of just gluing it back together and walking around broken and cracked, I've managed to build something quite beautiful, and I am who I am, cracks and all. I put my story out into the world instead of hiding it because I didn't want to hide anymore. I thought all those years that I would never, ever be accepted by any woman. No woman would want to be my friend because of what I had done in all those years back then. Now I put it out. I put it out there. The women who come into my world, I share my book with them. They read some of the stories. I don't get any judgment from them. You know, the sky didn't fall. I was like Chicken Little running around all those years. The sky is falling. My world is falling. So instead of being a broken version of me, I am a whole and unique version of me that's capable of doing things I couldn't do before, including helping you. So if you're concerned in your sobriety about the things that have happened in the past and how are you going to heal, what's going to happen, my dear, is you're going to come out of it a more beautiful and whole version of yourself, a different version of yourself that couldn't have existed without the past. That's what's going to happen for you. Those cracks are going to become the very lines of strength and beauty that make you whole. And I am here to help you do that. And if you'd like to find out what it's like to start your journey towards becoming that version of you, I invite you today to go to the show notes and try out the Sacred Mirror. Sacred Mirror is not open all the time, but it is right now. What is the Sacred Mirror? It's simple. It's an online form that comes directly to me. You answer a few questions, which give me a little piece of your story. I respond by turning on this microphone and sending you back a sacred reflection. Here's what I hear you saying. It is not a sales pitch. It's definitely not advice. It's a reflection. Because often the answer is right there in front of us, but we can't see it. We need an objective second person, and that's my role, and I'm damn good at it if I do say so myself. Right now, gals, the Sacred Mirror is open, and I invite you to try it out if it's your time. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back next time so I can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.